Hello, everyone, and welcome to our full moon session. So, as you hop on, I welcome you could use the chat if you like, just to say hello. Just gonna put that there so it pops up. The full moon is one of my favorite times of the month. It is something that I really like to follow the lunar cycle. I love the new moon, the full moon. They really are times where I give a little bit more extra focus on myself. I do an internal inventory of things and just creating a ritual that keeps me on track, keeps me on tune, and is a nice gift of just receiving time for me. So, welcome to today's healing session. For some of I may be new. So, some of you have been doing this work with me for years. So, welcome everybody. And as you listen to this, and if you're on the call, if you're on live, I'd love to hear what would you like to release? So, the full moon is all around shedding your layers, letting the old go. What's coming up as of a resistance? What are your barriers? What are your excuses? What's draining you? I'd love to hear. So you can pop it in the comments. Um, and yeah, you can participate through the comments there. So as you catching this replay, that's something you can listen to more than once. It's just going to be a tool for you to do some inner work and healing, releasing, and I look forward to seeing how I could support. So as you're listening, find somewhere that's nice, relaxed, comfy, cozy. Perhaps you want to multitask and you're walking or doing the dishes or something. That's totally okay. You'll be able to receive in any way that looks. So find somewhere that's nice, comfy, and cozy, bringing your awareness into your breath and allow your breath just to guide you to a place of stillness. Wherever that stillness may reside for you, no judgment of it, just bringing your awareness into that space. And just pose that question to yourself. What am I ready to release? What am I ready to let go of? What is no longer serving me? And just kind of allow your mind, body, soul to surface, to bring the awareness to those areas. And we'll begin. So, our first priority is working with the lymphatic system. Now, our lymphatic system is our back alley cleanup system. It cleanses the body. So, we have the little lymph capillaries that go into the cells to cleanse bring the fluid in through the lymphatic system. Then we have the lymph vessels where the fluid flows through. Then we have our lymph nodes, like little lavatories where the fluid gets cleansed and the immune system is really active there to recognize is there anything foreign and needs to be cleansed and an immune attack on it, or is it healthy and being able to continue to move through the lymphatic system. So we're just fine tuning the rhythm and the flow of the lymphatic system around the consciousness of cleansing. Now, the moon also plays a role on the movement of water and fluid within our body. So sometimes within a full moon, you might notice maybe a little bit more puffy or inflammation or bloating or things like that because it's the high tide with the full moon. But also with that, it's surfacing, it's drawing out what is needing to be looked, what is needing to be healed, and bringing it to the surface. And then the lymphatic system can start reading and scanning and cleansing that. So we have the lymphatic system, the consciousness of cleansing, both on all levels, physical, emotional, consciousness, belief systems. That's then going into section 2 around our thoughts and ideas and beliefs about our environment, the external environment. More specifically around the concept of time, money, work, whatever you may perceive. So it might be your physical job, it might be something that you perceive of an effort, something that you're working towards. So whether it's a goal, it could be housework, it could be parenting, it can be relationships, any concept of work. Okay. So those external factors are entering through the mind, creating mind chatter, stress, thoughts, heaviness, and then it's influencing an endocrine, more specific, the pancreas. So the pancreas plays a physical role in our digestive enzymes, our sugar metabolism. Emotionally, it works with worry and anxiety. It's also the seat of the subconscious mind. Okay, so we're bringing all that awareness into the pancreas. And as we start clearing away these attitudes, thoughts, and beliefs about those environmental factors, we're doing a nice reset of the pancreas reflex point. And it runs along the spleen meridian on the left-hand side of the body. This is a strong way to connect the left and right sides of the body. It is also that helps regulate our emotions and mood swings. And it's like hitting a reset on the digestive system. So we're going to link this pancreas reflex point and we're going to link it to the liver. So the liver is like consciousness, the seat of the soul, but it does 400 plus chemical reactions per minute. It's a very busy organ. And we're just bringing in and drawing into the cellular level of the liver. So further more specific is going into the cytoskeleton of the cells of the liver. It's like the cytoskeleton is the part of the cell that creates its shape. And Carolyn Myss, it's like the molecules of emotions. She has a book, but it shows like when we accumulate or hold on to emotions for a long period of time, the molecules in our body can shape shift to hold that emotional vibration. And as we go through the liver and the cytoskeleton of the cells, there's an emotional holding pattern. And the emotion is anger. And there's variations of annoyance, irritation, frustration, impatience, as these little frequencies. So we're going in and we're going to do an emotional release of this anger within the cells of the liver. And naturally, anger is the liver as a natural filing system for anger. But our goal is to move and keep these emotions, which are energy and motion, in motion, so they're not accumulating and become stagnant. Because when we hold something for a long period of time, it depletes the body's vitality. So instead of the body using the energy for regeneration and for growth and repair and healing, it's going to hold on and feed what we're holding on to, our memories, our emotions, our beliefs, etc. So the more that we can cleanse our emotions and we get curious and awareness of our belief systems, etc., then the body it aligns to its potential. The body can use that vital life energy or life force energy for our repairing, regenerating growth versus coping, masking, hiding, and holding on to our stories. So we're going into this level of the cells to release that and allowing, saying, okay, cytoskeleton, we're going to start healing and repairing this stored anger and all these external factors of life that's creating these stresses that's compounding into this. We're going to repair. Okay, so we're going into those cells and saying, okay, cells, shake off that old holding pattern, that old posture, which naturally may shift into your physical posture, your physical way you're holding and feeling within your body. So the liver plays a role in feeding our tendons and ligaments. So you may also start feeling maybe a little bit more flexible. You might start feeling a little bit more limber. As the liver loosens up, that posture in the cell loosens up, our whole body can begin to loosen up as well. Okay, so further in the liver is no, but we're tying in that pancreas reflex point and enhancing the digestive system, the metabolism, and further on this is no, and we're going to just begin tapping this formula out. So as you listen to the recording, you can just receive the tap out. If you want to participate, you're more than welcome to tap your head on top of the head, the heart, the chest, and then the abdomen for the gut brain. And we have the three brains. So we have the thinking brain, the intellectual conscious mind thinking brain. We have the heart brain, emotional brain, and then we have the gut brain, the digestive and the simulation of life brain. Okay, so you might even feel like you want to kind of wiggle and move as the body begins to release and shift. So is that link still a priority? No, we're going to move forward. Okay, we're going into another emotional release. It's being stored within an endocrine, more specific. Thyroid, thymus, pancreas, ovaries, testes, the adrenals. So our adrenals look like little pyramids sitting on top of the kidneys. Work with our adrenaline. So when we're overworking, overdoing, we're feeling stressed, tired, exhausted. The adrenals can kind of create this um, achy, sore feeling. So it feels like there's this mid-back ache that we're going to shift with this emotional release of exhaustion, fatigue, and stress. So we're going to work with those three emotions that are being stored. So it's like, okay, let's clear out those filing systems. Let's release those files of emotions within the adrenals. And then we're going to enhance the adrenals' ability to utilize the water you're drinking. So we're going to do a nice hydration, getting the cells to open up, to drink, to receive. And as the cells receive the water, and then kind of drink and absorb it, it produces ATP, which is our energy. It also is our emotional synthesizer. So if we are avoiding water, if we're not drinking our water, if we keep drinking more like teas and coffees and pops than we are water, it's going to keep ourselves avoiding the synthesis of life. So we're going in, we're enhancing this energy production, emotional synthesis, and kind of doing a reset of the stress threshold. So now this is linking to the nervous system, bringing our awareness into the nervous system. And breathing into the nervous system. We're bringing the awareness of the breath, this reoxygenation into the nervous system. Now, the breath, there's a few things. When we breathe, there's that reoxygenation, the inhale, exhale. Every time we inhale and exhale, the inhale is a reflection of bringing in life, taking in new, getting curious, embracing life, receiving life. As we exhale, it's the ability to let go, to shed the layers. of the synthesis. And so this inhale and exhale is a reflection of digestion of life. And so that kind of ties into that role with the pancreas work that we did, the pancreas liver. But on another level, just enhancing and integrating the different levels and approaches to synthesis of life. But also, when we breathe, the brain scans the body. So every time we inhale, the brain scans all the things that vibrate fast, like our emotions, our thoughts, the consciousness of the body. And as we exhale, the brain scans all the things that vibrate slower, like our bones, muscles, and tissues. So if we are resisting or holding our breath or not flowing through our breath, then our ability to digest life is poor. The awareness of what's happening, our new opportunities, or kind of, yeah, the growth of life gets stunted, but also the brain's ability to read and scan what's happening in the body is compromised. So we're tying in now this breathing and stimulating the awareness, the relationship of the brain scanning the body. And just so it's like sometimes when our mind is busy chattering and thinking and worrying and stuck about the future or holding on to the past, we have this tug of war around time. It keeps us in the fear, anxious, angry pattern. The amygdala of the brain becomes stress, and so it keeps reacting to life versus responding to life. And so our goal here is to allow this breathing cycle to align and reconnect the brain back to the body. So now there's this integration of the mind and body becoming connected and realigning. So when we feel disconnected, this is where we can be really clumsy, or you'll stub your toe and you won't even notice, or there'll be a delay because your mind's thinking about something else. Or you might notice like there's a bumps or bruises, and you're like, oh, I don't even know what happened. It's because your body is kind of going in one direction and your mind's in another, versus being aligned and connected in one. And so there's this integration of being present, improving the focus and the awareness within self, within the mind, within the body, in the soul, your spirituality, your true nature. So we're improving this relationship, connecting the mind to the body. And the area that the brain, I said earlier, the amygdala. So the amygdala is like a little almond shaped part of the brain, and the amygdala is responsible for making the final decision to what we're going to think. But if the amygdala is stressed, it will make a reactionary decision. So fear and anger based. So when the liver is holding on, for an example, our liver was holding on to that anger. So then in order for that anger to stay alive, it needs to feed, it needs fed. And so our brains will be wired, our beliefs will start looking in the external environment to start finding things that are going to keep us angry and triggered, so that that memory can become stay alive. It just needs to be fed. So when we actually release that pattern within the liver, then that creates the brain's ability to stop seeking things that to trigger. So our beliefs get to shift and to change. Our experiences get to change because we no longer need to feed that emotional holding pattern. We don't have to keep it believing and bringing life to it. So we're doing this deeper synthesis of what are these emotions? What are these stories that are able to come up to be synthesized, released, which then creates a new reality for our experiences. So the brain, the amygdala, can now start making decisions instead of from that stress reactionary pattern. It can respond. It can now start reevaluating its decisions from the peace mode instead of the stress mode, in the peace mode. So it can begin to respond and make decisions from a new point of view. So the thalamus is another part of the brain that kind of draws the conclusions. It takes a look at like, okay, this is what usually happens. This is a good uh, potential decision. This is kind of a scenario. And then the amygdala and the thalamus work really close around decision making. So we're going to harmonize the thalamus, saying, okay, thalamus, we have just let go of this big file folder of anger within the liver. We no longer, this is no longer kind of evidence. We no longer need to base decisions from that vibration. And we're going to stimulate it to the vibration of joy, the vibration of our true nature. It's like, hey, let's let ourselves kind of realign back to its natural vibration. And so our experiences, the way we can receive and experience life from a new point of view. Okay, so we have those different areas of the brain that are going to start creating this new harmony around decision making. Okay, so further on that is, no, we're going to just tap all of this out. So you might feel this heat and warmth as you begin to tap this out. If you don't, that's okay, but if you do, that's normal. But you also might start feeling the body beginning to relax. The amygdala, the brain starting to go from stress mode to peace mode. The adrenals are shifting from peace mode to shifting from peace into peace mode from stress mode. And then the digestive system, when we are not stressed, so what happens? So when we are stressed, the digestive system will say, oh, nervous system, you need extra energy. You need to keep us safe. You need to make sure we're protected. So I'll give you some of my blood supply. I'll give you some of my energy so you can keep us safe. But the problem with us in society is we are often in a chronic state of stress. And so then the digestive system is becoming depleted because it keeps giving it to the nervous system because of the feeling of stress that we're in survival. I just need to survive. We're not surviving. And what we're doing here is trying to shift that into, we're shifting it into from stress mode, survival function into peace mode around thriving. So now the nervous system, as it relaxes and becomes more peaceful, it's going to send and say, actually, digestive system, thank you so much for helping me and giving me that extra energy, but we're actually safe. The more moments we can give ourselves into the peace mode, then the body gets to say, oh, wow, I can relax. Now we can heal, we can repair, we can regenerate. And that's what we're transitioning into is this extra blood supply to come back to the digestive system so we can digest life. And the more that we can feel these moments of peace and calm, then the more moments that the body can heal, repair, and regenerate. And so that's what we're tapping in, the nervous system saying, hey, let's switch off this stress breaker, go back to heal, repair. Digestive system, you need this energy. You need your blood supply, your nerve supply. You need to be refueled to regenerate so your physical digestion can improve, but also your digestion and stimulation of life can be enhanced. And then life becomes more enjoyable. We're relaxed. The little things that used to trigger us, that would get us angry and anxious, begin to dissipate. So that's what you might start noticing is the things that created stress prior to this is starting to relax and release. So as you listen to this, you might just feel really calm, relaxed. You might say, geez, I can't even think of something. I feel zoned out. I feel whatever. And those are all just signs of the emotions coming and doing a nice reset. So I invite you to enjoy and breathe into those moments of peace and calm over the next few days and to repair that. If you're feeling that the stress is starting to reoccur, re-listen to this. You have this to re-listen to. This is the gift of these distant audio sessions is that they keep giving. And so the more you need to hear it, the more you need it. You have this gift, this resource, the tool of healing. Okay, I'm just tapping this all out. Nice big deep breath in and exhale. Okay. So further body talk is known that is the end of today's session. So may you enjoy, re-listen to this, replay it, and allow yourself moments of peace, moments of reset, and allowing yourself to experience life from the place of responsiveness, of repair and regeneration, which allows us to begin to create life versus in that fight, flight, survival. So thank you for everyone tuning in and receiving. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out and wishing you an awesome full moon. Bye-bye.